Good morning. So this time around we got new cards again. Vampires? Yeah, that's kind of weird. Konami, take a look at your calendar. I think it's broken. October is next month, not this one. Halloween is still far away. Why are you releasing the spooky archetypes now? Doesn't make much sense. Anyways, we'd like to get a new monster, we get a new Xyz, and a new Link tree. Now Link tree is a big deal, because if you can make it with, I forgot the name of the rank too, isn't it like Vampire Sucker or something? If you can use a cloud into that could be very strong. Then you can just go into Access Code on next. So it's probably locking to vampires to prevent you from doing that, but yeah. Or like Dark, or lock to zombies, whatever. It's kind of weird that we're getting randomly vampire support. We had selection 10 last year, we only got one vampire card. Why weren't those vampire cards in that set? Konami. Nobody cares about some obscure plant deck from Brains. I mean, nobody is playing it after all, so I don't know why this just didn't get all its cards there, but it's whatever. And usually I'm not the biggest fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Art, but this one looks awesome, not gonna lie. I used to be a huge fan of vampires, I played the deck in real life, then I gave it away to a new player. Anyway, Vampire Ghost Ogre, it's level 3 dark zombie effect monster, another low level. If it's good, that's really great for the deck. 1500 attack, 0 defense. Gonna use the first exact effect of its card name each once per turn. Its card's normal summoned, which by the way is the bad restriction. Vampires don't really have a normal summon. I see a lot of people run the Shinui Solitaire combo to go into like Omega and stuff. I don't think you should do that in Vampire in the first place, so see something that discourages, that's nice. Which you can send another Vampire card from your hand or face of field to the grave. At level 4 higher, Vampire monster from your deck to your hand. If you do send level 2 or lower, Vampire monster from your deck to the grave. It's just a -1 card advantage, great. During the main phase, quickie, you can banish this card from your graveyard and pay 5 life points. Immediately after this effect is also summon a Vampire monster. Graveyard effect is very good, the effect in the hand is honestly kind of terrible. So you need to normal summon this. Send a card from your Vampire card from your hand and face of field to the graveyard. For cost, this is cost if they negate you. You just normal summon something, send something away, and you don't get anything from it. That's only 3 cards left in your hand. Nice. And level 4 higher, Vampire monster from the deck to your hand, and if you do send level 2 or lower, Vampire monster from the deck to your grave. Look, this deck likes reviving things from the grave, don't get me wrong, but just blindly sending a Vampire card from your hand to the grave, not really that great. This specifically needs to be a vampire, it can't be just a zombie card. I don't think this normal summon effect is very good, it's very, very weak to interruption like hand traps. You'll be going very hard minus. And yes, some of the vampire cards want to be in the graveyard, but that's still no excuse for this card to be honestly quite terrible. But yes, afterwards it adds a card and also sends a card to the grave, that's nice, but I just don't think it's worth it with the first effect. You probably run 1 copy to just fetch into the grave. You don't want to ever draw this, I think. This is completely underwhelming. The Undead Vampire, wait, rank 8. Oops, that was a wrong tab. Rank 8. Vampires don't have good level 8s. They don't. The good ones are like level 6 and stuff. They don't have good level 8s. What the fuck, Konami? This doesn't even make sense. Unless you can overlay it over another Vampire Xyz. 3k attack, 2800 defense, 2 plus level 8 monsters. If you use a monster with a level that's owned by your opponent for Xyz and of this card reads level 8. You can only use second effect of card name once per turn. Yeah, that still doesn't solve shit. That doesn't solve the issue with this card. Damn. Okay, anyway. Here the player can target this card with effects of monster specials from anywhere other than the graveyard, so basically untargetable by monster effects. That's decent. You can attach material from this card, top 4 cards for each player's deck to the grave, then have a monster sent to the graveyard with this effect, especially one of them to your field. Yeah, vampires will run 1 copy and will probably almost never make this, because the only good level 8 is the new one. I'm not sure even if you even want to run that. I mean, it doesn't really give you any advantage. It requires a lot of interaction with your opponent to do anything. Another deck I reckon can see running this is something like Dark Lords, you know? I don't think this misses timing. If this doesn't miss timing, you can just summon one of the Dark Lords that can either the one that just revives a monster from the grave on summon, boom, another rank 8. This then becomes untargetable. Or you can go for one of the Dark Lords that just copies a spell. I think this is a Dark Lord Xyz with Vampire in the name. Plus, You don't have to steal via... You don't have to steal a monster with a vampire effect. Dark Lords also have a trap or spell that can steal a monster. I think this is actually really great vampire... This vampire actually is actually great Dark Lord support in disguise. Although I don't know many Dark Lord players, but I imagine Dark Lord players being very happy with this. But yeah, this doesn't work in vampires. You just go and make a rank. Whatever. Vampire Fascinator. Okay, I like the art in this one as well. I'm gonna lie. It's like, I mean, the art in these three is kind of good. This one looks weird, but besides that, they look great. It also contains a Dracula, so if you want to use that, then. Anyways, it's a Link 3 Dark Zombie Link effect monster, 2400 attack, top, bottom left, bottom right, 2+ monster including a zombie monster. First and second effect on once per turn. It's cast Link Summons can target the monster in post graveyard, kill special monsters for the rest of the turn except zombie monsters. Great, so we can't do the access code in play. Thanks Konami. Imagine if zombies could make access code, that would be so broken, right? Anyway, special target monster field and defense. Contribute to vampire monster target monster both controls and control of it until the end phase. As you just steal monsters, so then you can go into next series. Okay, fair enough. I guess that kind of makes sense. So you make Sucker, use that effect, then climb up to this, steal monsters from their grave, then use the second effect, tribute to vampire monster, steal another monster, then you can just go into the right gate. Yeah, this is quite... Wait. You can tribute a vampire monster, not one other vampire monster. So to be fair, you can tribute itself to then steal another monster. So if you can make this in any deck, you can just make this Xyz. This might actually see players like a little engine in zombies. This card's still kind of pathetic, it should have been way better. Why do you need to specifically set a vampire from your hand to the grave? Or face a field to the grave to, you know, as cost. But yes, I know what people are gonna say. Wait, they have a great continuous spell, right? Vampire Territory or Domain or whatever it's called gives you second normal summon. Yeah, but here's the thing, you want to kind of keep that up for the grind game, you don't want to send it to the grave. So yeah, Vampire Ghost Ogre, disappointment, but the graveyard effect is too good to not run, so I think you run this up like once and find a way to get it to the grave soon. So that this is a thing. You being able to normal summon your opponent's turn is really good, because it's a quick effect. This one is outside of this link impossible to summon in vampires almost, but when you summon it with link it's quite decent. This link just gives zombies in general a generic way to not only steal resources for your opponent, but also turn them into Xyz. The only big issue I see is that use a monster with a level, so link monsters are unaffected. Besides that, yeah, kinda decent, not gonna lie. But vampires aren't really a great deck at the moment, and this doesn't change that. So if you're looking purely at this as vampire support, I think they epically failed. I don't think this is good vampire support. If you look at it as zombie support, the zombie support is quite decent also as Dark Lord support. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Start is wait, it's including a zombie monster, right? If you can somehow find a way to make generic zombie links, then this could be great. Actually. Yeah, that's the video. Starting out. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.